All right, hello everybody. My name is Leah with Soul Revitalization Healing, and today I'm doing a pick a card reading for what the universe needs you to know right now. So this is my first reading, so let's keep our fingers crossed that everything goes well as far as the camera and technical difficulties. I am an intuitive card reader, so I do kind of go with whatever I feel the energy is saying at this moment. So if you want to go ahead and take a minute just to kind of meditate on which pile you feel works for you. Pile 1 is going to be right here with the lapis lazuli. Pile number 2 is going to be right here with the bumblebee jasper. And then pile number 3 is going to be right here with the hematite. So I'll put timestamps below whenever we're ready. If you just want to take a second and pause the video and figure out which one really resonates with you the most, we will go ahead and get started, okay? All right. So pile 1, you picked the lapis lazuli. So lapis lazuli helps a lot with developing your intuition and getting connected to your spiritual mind. So I'm already picking up some energy here of really growing your intuition. The universe wants you to know that you are expanding your psychic gifts, you're expanding your spiritual awareness. This would also be a really good gemstone for you if you're working on any of those things. So let's see what the cards say. I kind of flip them over as I go. All right, I can't do that trigger statement. The true statement is, I am a light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Wow. So it looks like we definitely have some kind of transformation going on, and definitely a big transition. And you guys are learning how to share your light with the world. It might seem dark right now, but in a way you're actually learning how to get through this darkness and really share your light with the world. Let me get everything spread out here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit of sense of overwhelm here. Like everything might feel like it's falling apart, like you might feel a little bit low energy right now. I'm feeling that there might be some kind of transition that you're going through in your life that you might be resisting a little bit. I do feel strongly that the people in this pile are light workers. So you came here to the world to shine your light, and that can look a whole bunch of different ways. You could end up being just caring and being there for people. Some people just come here to hold the light. Some people are grid workers. Some people are star seeds. Some people, serve the world through their relationships. Some people become healers. Some people don't. I'm sure trying to adjust the light here. So you're really here to change the world. And what I'm seeing right now is a crossroads. I feel like you've already been through a lot. I feel like if you pick this pile, you've already done a whole lot of work. And you're still going through the healing, and you're still going through the transformation. And I just feel like there's a bit more healing to do. So what the universe is trying to tell you is you might feel overwhelmed. You might feel like you can't keep going. You might feel like you can't do this. I have this card for Cassie. I don't know how well you can see it, but you're getting step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. And look right here, you got the Ace of Flames. That is you lifting your torch out to the world and lighting the world. But right now you're just going through so many changes and you're kind of resisting them because it's like, I've been through so much. What else is the universe going to put me through? And if you look at this card right here, the Adaptive Challenges, the lighting is off. I'm sorry, guys. You can kind of see though, it's like an ocean. It's like a tidal wave coming over in this Adaptive Challenges card, and it's like you are really just trying to keep yourself afloat. You might feel like you're drowning. You might feel like a tidal wave is coming. You might feel like everything is crashing down around you, and that is part of this transition. That's part of this death right underneath here, which is a huge change, which is your old you dying, your ego dying, while your new you is trying to come in. So right now you're also at a bit of a crossroads, I'm feeling, where you don't really know what way to go. I'm getting a couple things about health. I got this healthcare change card, and I got this healing energy card, as well as this poles of energy card. So there's a couple different things going on. I'm really feeling that this transition, this death, is taking everything out of you, where you might not be in the energy to make any decisions that you need to make right now. I'm also getting that you are in need of healing energy. We do healings. If you need to book a distance healing, we can definitely do that, or whatever healer you trust that's near you, or giving yourself some loving self-care, because there's some things going on in both your physical and mental health that are making this transition harder on you. It could be ascension symptoms. It could be other physical health issues. I do recommend always go to a physical doctor first. We're not anti-doctors here. Please make sure that there's nothing else going on. Because you're really just starting to change a lot, but it's really affecting your body as well. And as you kind of release something cellularly, you start to change even in your physical body, and it can cause some pain as you're releasing. Also, that trapped emotional energy that you have from your healing can affect your body physically as well. So get some healing energy going. Right now, I'm also getting something about really just having to change who you are and really morphing into something you might not really recognize. And that's scary. I think there's a lot of guilt here as well. You might feel guilty that you feel like you're leaving some people behind as you start to change, and you might feel guilty that you're changing, and you might feel like you owe people to stay the same. And the message I'm really getting from the universe right now is you don't owe anybody anything. And if you keep working out of a sense of obligation and guilt, you're going to keep this trapped energy inside of you. You're not going to change, and you're going to end up feeling like resentful of all the people that you ended up pleasing instead of yourself. This journey is about you in life. It's not about other people. I'm also getting to really follow your instincts. A lot of you really do have really strong and developed intuition, and it's developing stronger. I'm sorry, I'm still figuring out this light situation. So basically, really follow your instincts right now. You are being called to learn your instincts. You are being called to really kind of step out on your own right now. I'm getting like this one-man wolf pack kind of energy. Get that wolf energy, go alone, and know that you have everything that you need inside of yourself to get through this change. And you are going to be moving into a time of renewal. I hope you can see that. Look how happy she is and enlightened, and she's meditating, and there's like flowers around her and the sun's in her. So that's really the end game here. You really are moving to this place of peace and happiness, and really a new version of yourself, a new version of your soul is coming in, a new aspect. And as you change, it might feel really overwhelming. There might be some people who really aren't able to take that, but that's okay. The universe only takes away what no longer serves you and will bring in new things to replace it. So don't feel guilty. Allow yourself to kind of go with these waves as they come in. Allow yourself to flow with the change. Don't resist it anymore. And after this transformation, you are going to feel so much better. In the meantime, though, take really good care of yourself, and I do recommend getting some healing energy within yourself. If you can afford it, if not, there's always like people who are willing to do exchanges, barters, those kinds of things too. So always remember that option as well. There's usually stuff that you can find out in that direction. And that will really help you get through it. But getting that extra healing and getting that extra support from other people is really going to help you get through this transition. So that is what I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for joining us. And I am going to move on now to pile 2. So let me grab pile 2. All right, pile 2. So pile 2 is going to be at the 7-minute and 50-second mark. Okay. So pile 2, sorry, so you have Bumblebee Jasper here. Bumblebee Jasper is one of the most intense stones that I have ever picked up personally, so it really resonates with me. I remember when I bought this stone at the crystal store, I could feel it in my hands, and it was like vibrating, and I kind of do right now. So Bumblebee Jasper, what it does is it really helps you get in touch with your fire, your intuition, and really kind of getting you on your life purpose. It kind of helps you get shit done, so to speak. I swear on this channel, I'm sorry, it's just gonna happen. So basically this stone is really there to help you light your inner fire and kind of like work on your solar plexus chakra, your sense of personal power, and really allowing you to move forward with your life purpose and all of the work that you need to get done. So I can already tell right now, even though I haven't turned over the cards pile 2, that right now you guys are really working on getting in with your life purpose. You guys are working more in the physical world a little bit, maybe some business, career kind of stuff might be some of your focus. But if it's not those things, then it's really your sense of personal power right now that you're really working on, and this is going to help you. So I'll highly recommend Bumblebee Jasper as well if you're working on any of those things. So let's see what your cards say. Okay, yes. I open my heart. I will not forget. Trigger statement. I will not forget. All right. 8 of Orbs, 3 of Chalices, 2 of Crystals, Black Mage. Motivation. That's right. Devotion. Inner journey, emotional release, sacred mountain, workaholic, impatience, and creation. Okay. So first of all, I'm getting a couple things here. You guys are really working towards a goal, but there's some stuff going on in your heart space that I think is preventing you from being able to do it. So I'm seeing a bit of a disconnect between your dreams and reality in this, where you do have these things. I also feel like you're working really hard towards something, but I'm not feeling that you're really getting anywhere. With this workaholic card and this impatience card, I'm working so hard. Why isn't anything paying off? Why isn't anything paying off? And there's the impatience card. And then I'm also getting this creation card, which is saying, where's my creation? I really want to be able to create something. but it's not coming. So what I'm really getting here is part of the problem is you're not really putting your energy towards what it is that you want. In your mind, you kind of think you are, but in your heart space, you're not really aligned with your higher self. The law of attraction, a lot of people talk about it in kind of a simplistic way of changing your thoughts and your emotions and being able to manifest. But the law of attraction is a little bit more complicated than that. And really what it is us becoming co-creators of our reality, because our thoughts create our reality. We are so powerful that we can actually create our reality. But it's not really from the ego self. And a lot of times we try to create from the ego self, and the ego self wants material things in the world, stuff like that. Not that that's not important, not that your higher self can't be in alignment with that too. But sometimes we really put our focus onto things that our higher self might not be in alignment with. So the key to really being a strong co-creator is learning to align first with that higher self, kind of transcend all of the different fears that you might be having, which puts us into a higher vibration. And then we'll not only be trying to attract the right things, but whenever we work hard, things just magically appear. Sometimes we end up having roadblocks, and we struggle and we struggle and we struggle towards something that might not be right for us. So I'm getting a couple of things here. You're not really in your heart space right now. I'm sorry, I'm also a little bit blunt. So right now, really focus on opening your heart, because since you're working from this mind space and not your heart space, that's why you're not really getting to where you want. Or you might even be getting to where you want and you're not feeling satisfied. So you're like, I worked so hard, where are my results? Why aren't I feeling happy? Because you're not really putting that energy towards creation the way you want. This Eight of Orbs is really talking about holding on to fear, kind of keeping yourself blindfolded and keeping yourself from doing what it is that you want to do. And you're kind of working in the wrong direction too. It's like, I'm working over here, but there's this path coming out and there's all this opportunity over here, but I'm scared. So I'm kind of staying here blindfolded, and I'm not really even seeing that the reality of my fears isn't as bad as it could be. So, I'm also seeing the Three of Cups, which is the desire to co-create with other people, and also the Three of Crystals, the Trinity, which is this is that alignment. I'm aligning my ego self with my higher self, with my soul, all of those things. Once we start to align, that's when the magic happens. And that's really what we're talking about here, is aligning all the different aspects of ourself inside so that we can really co-create and get on our purpose. I'm also seeing some issues with motivation and devotion. So, right now it's like kind of like you're at the end of a cycle as well. I think a lot of your goals are changing. The motivation piece, I'm getting that there might be some lack of motivation now, because you're really kind of impatient in the sense that you've kind of gone up this really big mountain and you feel like you've been working really hard and you're still not getting the results that you want. What I'm getting about this is really kind of taking a little bit of a break and working on your emotional self and getting into alignment so that you can get to where you want to be. Devotion. I'm also getting that you kind of are holding on to some things that might not be serving you, especially with this I open my heart card, especially with I release the suffering and take one step forward. With each step, I will see more light and healing. I will not forget. It's almost like we're kind of holding on to something out of love for it, if that makes sense. And I think that's suffering. It's not a good thing necessarily. It's almost like if we let go of this thing, then it's gone to us. That's what I keep getting. If I let go of this thing, that's gone to us. And remember, this is a general reading, so whatever applies, take it, forget about what doesn't apply. So I almost feel like there's some kind of something in the heart space where there's somebody who's holding on to a person or a situation, and it's almost like I would be betraying them if I let it go. It's almost like this is how I show my love, but truthfully, if you let someone go, that is love. Allow yourself to release those emotions, that disappointment, that pain, that fear that you've had. Remember, you're on an inner journey right now, and in order to get the outside results, you have to complete this inner journey to be able to move forward, okay? It might seem like it's harder than it wants to be. It might seem like it's really discouraging, and there's this big mountain that you have to climb up, but I do see once you really start to get in alignment, that's when you're going to be able to start being a co-creator of your world, and I really see you making the magic happen. So right now, kind of release some emotions, work on getting in alignment with your heart space, and remember, the more that you're in alignment, the more that you are going to be able to create, okay? All right, pile 2, I hope that was helpful. Leave me a message in the comments if it was. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will move on to pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Pile 3 is the hematite. So here, if you chose pile 3, we are going to get you started at about 1430. Okay, so hematite is a stone that's about grounding. It's about protection. It's really about getting you grounded into the physical world, not kind of keeping you outside of from floating in the air, so to speak. It's also about protection from negative energy, but really just keeping you grounded and feeling rooted. So I'm already feeling that there might be a little bit of energy of people who really need to get a little bit more grounded in this energy. Okay. I am powerless, uplifting. Yep, that's some root chakra stuff, all right. The future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. I'm excited to see what the future brings. So it does look like there is some kind of injustice here going on. That's the first thing I'm picking up. And also some kind of lack of forward motion. I'm really feeling like a sense of something didn't go the way you wanted to for this group. I'm getting that there is something, some kind of disappointment. It could be in love, it could be in work, it could be in family, but some kind of injustice was made. I even got trickery here. Somebody was maybe tricking you, maybe you were betrayed by someone. And I feel like it really cost you your sense of personal power. It could be the fact that you gave it away to someone without realizing it. But basically, it's like there was some kind of disappointment. You thought that there was going to be forward movement, and the forward movement with that person, that situation just never happened, and you're left here feeling kind of betrayed. I'm getting that you feel like you don't have any power to change your life. I keep getting the sense of like, I can't change anything, I'm not in control, I'm not in power. There was a balance. There's a really big imbalance of so you were giving and giving and giving and not really getting back from some kind of situation. So this has really left you drained of your energy. I'm really getting kind of, it's really a lot of healing is needed around this. And also I'm getting a reminder that this was a karmic lesson for you for part of your soul's growth. And I don't mean to say that in an insensitive way, because when I'm really going through it, and I do feel a lot of pain around this pile, the last thing I want to hear is it was a lesson. I'm like, come on, there's easier ways to learn. I'm a brat too. I'm still working on myself. But really, I am getting strongly that this is really about self-discovery, this event. And I keep getting that this was a journey into yourself. And despite the fact that it was extremely painful and you were really disappointed, and I do feel some kind of injustice where somebody either took advantage of you or somebody was not acting in their integrity with you and it was really hurtful, or you were betrayed in some manner, I really do feel that that injustice was served. I'm also getting that although it was very painful, right now it's time to kind of look and see that your fortune is going to be changing. This isn't something you're stuck with forever. But right now you just kind of have to be able to heal and understand that you do have power over your future, despite the fact that some people have stolen your power in the past. And sometimes people steal our power and we also give it away at the same time. You know, sometimes whenever we are giving away our power, it's because we want something from someone else. So we might feel like, oh, if I give them this and they'll give me that, or I want love, so I'll give you my power if you give me that. You know, there's so much trauma and stuff in our lives that can really cause us to feel like it makes sense to give away our power. And we're not really taught to be in our power either in this world, in this life. Think about how many places would go out of business if we were all empowered, right? So it's really not the focus that anybody has in our advertising and our marketing and the messaging and the programming that we have in our world. So a lot of times we do end up giving it away because we want something. We want something outside of ourselves to make us happy. And I think that what happened to you, despite the fact that it was extremely painful and it was so hard, and I'm so sorry you guys are going through this, is that you really are on this journey to self-discovery, and whatever happened is going to teach you a lot about yourself. I got the Sweat Lodge card, almost like you're kind of going on a vision quest to kind of learn a little bit more about yourself now. I also got the Discovery card. Again, it's teaching you who you really are. It's showing you who you really are. And let me tell you what, guys, you guys are powerful. You are not a victim. You are not somebody who can be taken advantage of. You are powerful. And despite the fact that it feels like your power was robbed from you, whatever happened is actually moving you into this sense of being the powerful being that you have always been. It's just a matter of healing. It's a matter of being able to kind of take a step back and being able to heal yourself first, get out in nature. I keep getting nature over and over again. The nature card, the ancient wisdom card is coming up, which is also about nature, and it's also about connecting with that ancient wisdom that is inside of you, deep inside of you. And really just getting in touch with your spiritual self, prayer, whatever that means to you, if that means prayer, meditation, whoever you pray to. And remembering that there are so many possibilities in the world. This is almost the tree of life and unlimited possibilities. So despite the fact that there was so much injustice here, despite the fact that you feel powerless, you can get back in your power, and there are so many different roads you can take. And the first card says, I am powerless. Be cheerful. Understand that shift your mindset to I am excited to see what the future brings. Instead of feeling like you are kind of just along for the ride, be the creator of your life, be the author of your life, and realize that your future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. So don't let what happened here color your idea of the future. Don't let this make you think that the future is going to be this way. And a lot of times this happens. I work a lot with trauma. I'm a traditional therapist on top of a tarot reader and everything else. And a lot of times whenever we've been traumatized and we've been hurt, and that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here with this injustice that was happening. I'm feeling something big. It wasn't just something little. This can go all the way back to childhood, or it can be something recent. So if it wasn't resonating with you for something recent, it might be even something that happened to you in childhood. Don't let that rob your future. And so many times, so many people who've been through these kinds of things, who had crappy childhood, so to speak, end up having crappy futures because we assume that the future is going to be the same. And then we project that onto the future and we create it, and that's the viewpoint that we have, and we don't open ourselves to the new possibilities. We don't realize that there's a different way to be. We don't realize there's a different way to live. And plus there's the whole trauma response of, well, I'm going to run into fight or flight and I'm going to leave, which isn't anybody's fault either. So now, I highly recommend, if it was something big like that, by the way, get in touch with a traditional therapist, especially somebody who specializes in trauma, spiritual healers, whatever you'd like. I really highly recommend the traditional therapist on top of the healer, or if you can find those unicorn spiritual healer therapists, those are the best in my opinion, but that might be a little bit biased here. But really just start working on that. Make sure you have support to get through that, because the trauma response is something that is not easy to get through, and then we just end up beating ourselves up more and more whenever we can't really get through something because we feel like we should be able to do it, but it's actually very, very hard. Remember that your fortune is changing. It is. That's the message I'm getting from the universe, is your fortune is changing. But in the meantime, as you try to heal, as you try to ground this, I'm really getting spend a whole lot of time in nature. Spend a whole lot of time developing new hobbies to get your mind into things. And also find out who you are. What do you like? What has been missing from your life? Go on this journey of self-discovery. Go to a sweat lodge, an actual sweat lodge if you want, but if not, do it metaphorically. Get yourself out there, really start to meditate and really start to get out in nature and really just start to sit with yourself and ask yourself, who am I? And then listen to some Beyonce and remember who the fuck you are, because who you are is not this person who is taken advantage of, and you will not be forever. You have so much power, and you are going to create a better future for yourself. You have the power to do it. And that is the message that I keep getting for you, pile 3, okay? So many hugs and so much love to you. Like I said, I am available for personal healing sessions, readings, whatever you want. My website and link will be listed below. Positive energy donation will be down there, but certainly not required, although appreciated. And I really hope this helped you guys. It was my first one. So any feedback that you have would be greatly appreciated too. All right, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.